Greetings, programs. It's great to have you for another Friday Night Lights session as you get the buzzer in your ear. So if you're asleep, you should be wide awake now. Welcome to another installation of Ranger Hockey. Wherever you are, Monument, El Paso County, Colorado, the United States of America, around the world, across the solar system and the galaxy. Thanks for joining us for Ranger Hockey. Our boys are gathering. They just had their little cheer at the west end of the rink, and our boys are lining up, and they're getting ready to take the field. Or the ice sheet, whatever you want to say. They're introducing our adversary tonight. It's the Grandview hockey team from Aurora, Colorado. They traveled down from the southern reaches of Denver to join us here at Monument Ice Rinks. They're wearing blue and white tonight.
At forward, number 16, Emilio Pukic. And at forward, number 26, Hunter Simmons.
And there's your starting lineup for Grandview. I don't know a single one of them. We got a super raucous crowd of maybe 30 here, I think, tonight in the stands. But we've got some people on the board, so I'll increase that number maybe to 40. Now we're going to get some introductions, and here come the Junior Rebels. We got two guys tonight. That's cool. They were out there practicing before our game, and they got to stay out on the ice a little bit longer. So that's cool to see these little guys.
In net, a senior, number 33, Chase Vaughn.
Chase Vaughn getting the start tonight. He's going to be wearing a silver bucket, as always, and he's having a stellar season. Here comes Bradley, number 18.
Number 32, Nick Times.
Nick Times getting the start, number 32.
Forward, a junior, number 14, Colin Saber.
Number 14, Colin Saber.
Number 5, Sebastian Sass.
Sebastian Sass, a senior, and then we've got Sharon, number 39.
Carter Sharon.
He pronounced it Sharon. I wonder if they're going to correct him.
By Scott Bradley.
Scott Bradley. And now we're going to have the national anthem. So come on, join us. Be
Ladies and
patriotic.
gentlemen, we ask that you please rise and remove your hats for the playing of the national anthem.
Trying to tee up the national anthem. There we go. There we go. Best song in America, hundreds of years running, straight #1 hit. We're about to have a puck drop. Let me talk to you about the Grandview team from Aurora, Colorado. They're coming in at 2-9, so they're having a tough season indeed. Our boys in tan and orange are coming into this game 5-4-2. They've been a mixed bag this year. Those two should have been wins. They feel like they were wins, especially the one against Pine Creek, but we just couldn't close the deal on that one, so that ended up in a tiebreaker at the end. All right. All 40 fans in the stands here tonight. There's no excuse. If you're in town, you should be here. Weather here was balmy 85 degrees. Nah, it wasn't that hot, but it was warm. I tell you, this winter has been very strange. It's been more of like a, hand-handed spring. Anyway, here we go. Puck drop goes that way, and the hand is up, and they say it was shaved by somebody. Sabres floating in. Time keeps it in the zone, tosses it back to Sass, shovels it over to the Monument Gulch. Centering pass goes through the crease and wide. Bradley steps up. Sharon goes back on the defensive stance. Sabre crams a Grandview player against the boards, and here comes Grandview on the breakout. The first one of the day. Steal from Sharon. He's going to go on a solo effort. Sabres over there. He gets it over in the Monument Gulch zone, shovels it past to number 77, Bantow, who's going to be our player spotlight of the game tonight. Bantow shoveling it behind the keeper. Sabre went off quick, and here comes number 13, Bailey. He's going to go into the action. He gets a cross-check in the back of that Grandview player's back. No call. Black's got it. He's going to shuffle it over the blue line himself. He's going to go over to the corner behind the net. No pass to the center just yet. Loses the handle, shoves it back to Moore. No, that's Tracy. Excuse me. No, it was Moore, number 27. I get him confused. I'm still learning. Trying to get it to the center. Spending a lot of good time down there on the offensive end. We'll take it. In for a moment, but pops out. Bailey's battling for it over there at the scorer's table. Bounces up and in. Now Grandview's got it. They're going to work it over to the south end, and it goes in. The hand is up for an icing. Okay, we got 4 zebras running wild out there. One was sporting a pretty sweet beard, and let's see if we can't have a fair game. I heard some hubbub after the game last week, and sorry for not being able to bring that to you. I had a last-minute thing, so the announcer wasn't not able to make that game. It was a snowy night anyway. But I heard the Zebras were running wild on that game, and our boys dropped a tough one up there in Denver against Colorado Academy, I think it is. Black tees one up, and it careens right and left all over the place. Britton's got it, and he tries to push it behind the keeper. Unsuccessful. Now the Monument Gulch is getting into it. That's our friend, the Monument Gulch. Can't see the puck when it goes down in that crease. It just disappears from view. So you never know what's going to happen. Britton's got it. He's going to work it up the far side, and solo effort circling back into the centering pass, and the keeper genuflects and gobbles that up. Now he's sporting a nice little skate over to the corner. I take that as kind of gloating. But hey, you got to do what you got to do to get the other players' heads. Okay. We got a couple of minutes that have spilled off the clock. Our boys are working together. Spending a lot of time down there on the offensive end, which is clear on the other side of the rink for me, so it's kind of fun. 24 tries to shovel that in. That goes out of the zone. Time works it over to Bradley. Sass has got it. Sabre kind of works it back through there. Nobody in the center except Grandview players, 4 of them. I think their go-to strategy tonight is going to be cram all 5 of their players right there in the crease. Sabres got it. No centering pass allowed because of the 14 players they got there in the crease. Nice little centering pass there by Sabre. Now it's bouncing around. Sabre got a nice pass into the crease, and they got a shot off, the best one of the game so far. There's Sharon. He's trying to shovel it past the keeper. Loses the handle. Sass comes over for a blow. Out comes Bantow, our player spotlight of the game. Bradley's going to work it up and in. Sabre's going to go for a blow. So is Time, and that goes up into the prominent net that's around this facility everywhere. At least it's not like the net down at Certich, which is like 3 feet off of the ice floor. You get a lot of whistles down there. Okay, Bantow. We're going to talk about him through the course of the game today. I'm going to tell you about Bantow. He's having a really good season this year, and he was a spotlight before. We're going to spotlight him again. Okay, there goes off a player. Now we're there. Grandview's going to come down, try to get a shot off. Shot goes wide, but it was a laser beam nonetheless. Nice little breakout pass that number 15 was showing some speed. Turnover in the offensive end. Kind of careening around, bouncing. Who wants it? Grandview traps it, and he's going to put it on net. Easy pickup by Vaughn. Shovels it over to the glass. Now it's going over to the boards. Just outside of Bailey's reach. Couldn't reach it, but Van Tau's there to shovel it back over. And to the far corner it goes off the Castle Rock Autoplex dasher board. There's Bailey. He's trying to stretch it out. Here comes Britton. Fresh legs. At the 22 is Clark. He's going to get out there for some action. Clark's our only freshman out there. Don't see that too often on the varsity squad. So congratulations to him for making the team this year. Good old Clark. Okay, there's Jones pushing it back to Black. He works it up to Britton. Near side, he gets into the zone. No offside. There's a Clark Barr. He's going to work it over there, and there's a hand up. A couple of players are battling over there in the corner. Britton got shoved right into the corner by that Grandview player. He didn't take it too well. Saber's going to work in. Vaughn worked over, so we got an empty net, but that's okay. As soon as they touch up, the whistle will go, and there's the whistle. Britton got face planted against the boards, and now he's giving some chin music to that other player. Grandview player number 14 is going to the box, so he's going to get some splinters for a few minutes. Let's see what they put on the board here. I think it's going to be a 2-minute special. So we've got a power play, and this one's going to be brought to you by Jennifer Brown with the Fletcher Team Realty. Colorado Springs native since 2013. That was when Monument wasn't Monument. No one knew about Monument then, but she did. She's been serving Pikes Peak region, certified as a luxury home marketing specialist and military relocation professional. So if you come into Monument and you're looking for real estate, you want to reach out to Jennifer Brown and her excellent team over there in the heart of downtown. Okay, back to the power play. Saber works that up, and it goes right over the crossbar. Nice little shot. And now Grandview's going to clear it down. Vaughn picks that up, and he's going to work it back. And here comes Bradley, who's going to lead the breakout. Stretch pass goes over to Britton. That goes in. The hand is up for an icing. No, they let it go. Look at that. Bradley's got it. Now he's going to go up, and he's going to try to fire off a shot. And the keeper picked that up and said, nope, shut it down. Now we're going to get a full line change. Out comes Black, Bailey, Clark Barr, Van Tau, and Moore. Got 1:10 left on this power play. Again, brought to you by Jennifer Brown with the Fletcher Team Realty. Back to Black it goes. A little back and forth, give and go there by Moore shoots one, and it goes popping off the keeper. Keeper's playing pretty well down there. He's fended off a few shots so far. Black picks that up on the blue line, walking the blue line, and he's going to push it over to Clark Barr, and Clark Barr shakes that player off and goes for a bad angle shot, but that gets shut down. We're still on the offensive end. Here's Vaughn spinning around. He could set up a chaise lounge and just hang out right now because nothing's coming down here much. Kind of looking forward to the second period because the play will be coming this way. I'll be able to see better. Quick shot. Goes off of the pad of the keeper. Moore's got it. Works it back over to Bailey over by the Monument Gulch. That player lays down, cuts across the lane. Trying to work at center. Can't get it in there. The pads are down and can't get it by him. We're going to have to go high side on this keeper, it seems. He's genuflecting a lot. Dropping those big pillows down there. So, low shots may not work for this guy. We're going to have to go high side. Back underway. Clark's got it. Works it back over to Black. turnover, but the Grandview player blew a tire just as he was starting to work his way down. Whistle, looks like an offside. 12 seconds left on the clock in the power play. Had a couple of shots here, but nothing that was uber challenging for that keeper down there at the other end. I guess the call was a high stick. Oh, it was a penalty. Man, I'm like Mr. Catch Up Late kind of guy. Now we've got a penalty coming up after the 12 seconds bleeds off. They called a penalty. I don't know on who because I didn't see him going to the box. But Grandview's going to go on the penalty. Supreme Being, number 12. That kid is like 400 pounds is over there. He had it for a moment. Now it's going to come back the other way. Superflow, 21, gets a shot off. Vaughn, easy pickup for Vaughn. Sharon's over there in the corner. He works it over to Bradley. He's just going to send it all the way down because he can. No icing because we're on a penalty kill now. We're going to say this one's brought to you by our friends over at O'Malley's. If you want a steak, you can even cook it yourself. They got an open grill over there, and you can go have a nice steak. And O'Malley's has been a fan favorite for a long time, bringing a lot of good cheer over there in Palmer Lake, and we really thank them for their support. It's a great bar, great atmosphere. Saber gets a shot off, and it goes off of the bar. He went high side, and it chipped right off the bar. Nice little work there by Sharon to Saber, and Saber got an excellent shot off. It just pinged right off of the bar. Saber's looking for a breakout again. We're still in the penalty kill. 51 seconds left on that, but our boys are playing pretty good. We almost got a shorthanded goal there. It works up to Sharon, goes to the point. Shot. Oh, a Saber just out of his reach there. And now we're going to get a little bit of a breakout here. Britton's going to work it down, solo effort. Gains the zone. Shot. Oh, almost connected with Black right in front of the goal. Britton's got it back. Black's calling for it. Working back over. And now he's just going to work it out of the zone. Drop it back to Jones. Nice little move there. Swizzles it up the boards. Here comes Granville trying to get a shot off. No shot there. He lost the handle. Back to the blue line. 1 second, and now the penalty kill is over. We're back to full strength hockey. Here we go with their number 16. Vaughn picked that up through traffic. Nice little eyesight. He dropped it in front of him, and then he covered. Excellent penalty kill there. Got a couple of shots off, and Sabres went right off of the crossbar. 7:52 left on the clock. The lead, one of the Zebras is squatting. That's an interesting way to put the puck into play. Whoa, dangerous shot there. Goes just wide. Bradley had it for a second. Now he's got it again. He works it up off the boards. Sharon shovels that to the Zebra. Top line's out there. Sass, Saber. Saber's working through the crease there, looking for a pass. Bradley's going to just kind of work this back into our zone. Stretch pass over to Saber. Can't pick him up. The boys are having a hard time getting it through the neutral zone and into the offensive end. Now it goes in. Around the oval it goes at speed. Grandview picks it up. Sass is trying to shut that lane off. Actually made it through the Monument Gulch. Saber shuts those attempts to escape the zone down. Now they're going to try it on the other end of the ice. Chipping around, poke check there. Here comes a Grandview player. He gets through traffic and he shovels one home. Break out there, very lucky bounce, and they got a shot off and it went right past Vaughn over his right pad. Unlucky break there. So Grandview's going to get on the board first. Their number 6. Nice little breakthrough traffic. I'd call that an unlucky goal there. No reason for dismay. I think our boys are going to fare well in this game. That's my take. Okay, we got, who do we have out there? We got Helen. We got Rowe. We got Lou out there, Moore and Black. That's our line right now. Haven't seen some of these players yet, but they're getting some minutes now. Big scrum over there by That must be 5 or 6 dudes. That's more like rugby than anything. Puck finally breaks out. Now the players are starting to break up. Helen was unsuccessful chipping that by, but that one gets through. Breakout opportunity rolls all the way down to the keeper, who stops it for a player that's going behind the net there. Helen goes and harasses him. Around the Monument Gulch it goes. Not able to escape yet. We're spending a lot of time in the offensive end. That's a good sign. 6 minutes left on the clock in the first period. Again, we're at the Monument Ice Rinks in beautiful Monument, Colorado, not far from the Dinosaur Brigade. If you don't know, there's a lot of excitement about a new putt-putt golf center that's going in right off of I-25. And they decided to have a theme of dinosaurs. They got these giant Jurassic things towering in its field. Can't miss it. So everybody's waiting for that to get open. It's been a long time coming, but now they put the dinosaurs up. So I think 2026 is the year that Monument's going to get its first putt-putt golf center. Hey, why not? Celebration of Jurassic right here in Monument, Colorado. All right, back to the game. The puck's dancing around, and Moore tried to take out one of the zebras. That one goes clear down. Vaughn went ahead and covered it up, shut it down because a couple of Grandview players were leaking in. Slow game. I'd say not a whole lot of speed so far, but still a few pretty good shots, and we need more of that. Britton's going to go for the face-off. He works it over to Heskett. Bouncing around. Now Britton's got it. He's dancing with it. Does a cross-ice pass. Nice little play there. Jones gets a shot off low, but it goes right to the center mass of the keeper. Keeper's having a pretty good game down there. He's fended off about 10 shots so far. 5 minutes left on the clock to even up the score. That would be nice. Quick shot by Jones again. Same play, just goes right into his belly button. All right, there goes the puck down the gulch. Heskett had it for a moment. Jones has got it. He's working it through back to the line. He gets a face planted against the boards. Breaking Grandview player, our boys worked in behind the keeper. He's looking for a centering pass, dangerous, goes right to the crease. That one gets teed up, and Vaughn reaches back and grabs it. Okay, Moore, Sass, Saber, Sharon, and Black are coming over the boards. Let's see what happens here. Sure would be nice to get some offensive action and put that puck behind that keeper over there. That's what the announcer wants. Sharon's got it, chips it up. Saber's going to get it. He's going to work it down. Looking for a centering pass. Puts it back to Sass. Nice little play there. Good hesitation on Saber. Waited for the right moment. He gets shoved up against the board. Sass has got it. Pushes it back to Saber. Looking for an outlet through the center. Sharon gets a pass off, but easy cover by the keeper. Good chemistry there. Good chemistry. Nice little patience by Saber. A couple of good shots. Still not able to tease that keeper. Tease it past that keeper. Same line stays out there. Here we go for a face-off. Sass grabs it. Pushes it back to the line. Moore tees it up. Bounces in a dangerous place. Sass gives chase over to the boards. Nice little keep-in by Black. Pushes it back to Sass. Cross-ice attempt. Unsuccessful. Gets broken up by Grandview. Thought they were going to call offsides, but they didn't. Moore's got it. Works it up to Sass. Tries to bucket it out of there, but no can do. Black back to Moore. Sharon's there. He's going to chip it around. Impatient, he's going to work it up himself. At speed, he blasts by Saber. A couple of players come together at the blue line. We got some equipment laying around out there. Sharon's showing some pretty good flavor. Bradley's kind of trying to work that back up to Sharon. Black goes for a blow. So does Saber. Gets shut down by the keeper. Nice little flow there. And I like the action from Sharon. He picked it up on the defensive end because they were having a hard time getting it out of the zone, and he said, "I'll do it." So he worked it up and over the blue line, far end. Get it out of the defensive area. Time shoves it around the oval. It goes at speed. More offensive time, please. Everybody's poking for it. Nobody can get it. Bradley's got it. Works it right back in. Keeps it in there. Bailey's battling for it over there. Bailey, I think he's grown like a foot this season. He's a big dude now. Bradley powers that off the Grandview player skate. And those of you that have never skated before, and when you get a vulcanized piece of rubber like that hitting the outside of your skate, let me just tell you, it sucks. It is miserably painful. Okay, fresh legs join us on the ice. Black, Jones, Ritten, Moore, and Clark. Here comes Black that works it up to Clark for a moment. The hand is up and we're offsides. 1 minute, 48 seconds left on the clock in the first period. 1-0 is the score. Grandview's up on top. Sad development early after them working it through a traffic. That was kind of a minor miracle that it worked that far. Who wants it? Moore wants it. Works it over to the corner, and he's gonna wear the board for a moment. As a result, battle. Grandview comes out victorious. 16-on-16 violence for a moment there, and Point looking for a shot, pushes it into the keeper, and it got Vaughn lost it in traffic. Nice little shot by the Grandview player, and nobody was going out there to meet up with him, and he pushes it past the Vaughn, who was blinded. They're pretty excited about it. 2-0 is the score. We need to have a comeback here now. This is not what we were expecting. Vaughn, he's getting some love from players that are working back there. Not Vaughn's fault. That was totally lost in the noise. They had a pretty good block right out in front of them. Good play by Grandview, though.
Grandview goal scorer number 14, Elliott Quinn, second guy number 26, Hunter Simmons.
Vaughn's going to just go ahead and cover this up. 1 minute 5 left on the clock here. Our boys, they've had some pretty shining moments, but the Grandview's up on top. They had 2 breakouts, and they're 2 for 2. Had maybe 3 really good shots, and 2 of them went in. Sharon's got it. He's going to chip it up. Nope, unsuccessful. Here comes their number 14. Nice little stick harassment there. Good stick lift. Bradley's looking for an outlet pass. Works it over to Saber. He's got it. A lot of open ice. Works it over to the blue line. He takes a shot, and that gets gloved by the keeper. For a moment, I thought it went past him because I think the keeper was unaware where the puck was. But Saber popped a shot off at him, made him work for it. My spidey sense tells me that a goal is coming. A theater near you. Same lineup out there. Sharon's got it. Centering pass. Goes to Saber. Kind of chips off of his skate back over to the corner. There it is. We got 30 seconds to show some brilliance. Grandview's going to just pop it behind the keeper. Time's going to go up and express himself over there. Sharon's got it. Tries to work a shot off. And that gets gloved too. That keeper down there is having some pretty good moments down there. Playing well. We're going to get a line change. 15 seconds left. Yeah, our boys are slumping. 2-0 is the score. That's probably what it's going to be when it goes into the clubhouse. Easy pickup by Time, who just pushes it back into the offensive end. That's going to pretty much clean the time left on the clock. 7 seconds. 2, 3. There we go. There's the buzzer. Okay, coming at you from Monument Ice Rinks. Our boys are going to have to go in the locker room and pick up some steam, get some motivational talk as they're going in 2-0. It's not what we expected in this game at all. All right, Vaughn's out there. He's getting uplifted by his teammates. And the boards are going to open, and the Zamboni is going to come out and do its work. I'm going to take a break, and I'm going to come back at you. And again, I want to shed some good light on Ban Tao. He's our spotlight player of the game today. We're going to talk about him. We're going to talk about some other things. But mainly, we're going to send some good vibes over there to the Ranger locker room. Need some uplifting words there. Comes out. All right. We'll take a moment. I'll be back with you shortly. All right, welcome back here. Let's see what we got. Shuffling through my paperwork for the right thing. I'm going to work back to this page. I want to tell you about Connor Bantal, number 77. He's our spotlight player of the game. Goals for the season. What he wrote was he wants to achieve 1 point per game on average. I have no idea. I don't have the stats sheet in front of me, but we're more than halfway through the season. And so I don't know one way or the other, but that's what he said his goal was. And what he wants to do for this season is win a state championship. Boy, would that be awesome. What a great goal for the team. Best team quality in one word, united. What he wants to do, though, on the team is he wants to be the hardest worker. Seen as a hard worker by his teammates, no doubt. He's been playing for 12 years, and his earliest memory is trying not to fall when skating for the first time. That's something that's shared by everybody, that's for sure. Biggest influence as coaches is arena. Number 1, ball. And if you don't know what ball is, that's where the Avalanche play up in Denver. That's his favorite team. Favorite player is Gretzky. Who would doubt on that one? Greatest player of all time. Still, even after all these years, he's number 1. He will be there for forever, I think. He's trying to gain speed. Beyond the rink, he doesn't play any other sports. He's into European history. And after high school, he wants to go to college, and he would love to be president. I salute you. I don't know. That is a tough job. And his favorite TV show is Cobra Kai. Favorite movie, Inglourious Basterds. We're going to put a light on him for the rest of the game. And be watching for him, number 77. Whenever he's out there, I'm going to call him out. Zamboni is almost done with its work. Our boys are gathering in the doorway there. And the score is 2-0, so they're going to have to dig out of a hole here. Hopefully the coaches were able to get some strategy going. They're going to be coming right at me, so I am hoping to see all kinds of flavor in the back of the net here. No signs of life from the zebra corral, but they're right below me here. Gives me an opportunity to tell you about Grandview. It was founded in 1998. It was Cherry Creek School's 5th high school. They had to put this one in up there at Aurora because population growth was becoming a thing then. It wasn't a thing like it is now. Denver's kind of become the Los Angeles of the Rockies. But they're out on Arapahoe Road. The mascot they are the Wolves. Blue, black, and white are the colors, obviously. And they've got about 2,800 students. Here's something interesting from Grandview. Kevin Gossman. Anybody heard of Kevin Gossman? Well, he's a major league pitcher. Major League Baseball pitcher who attended Grandview. He was selected 4th overall in the 2012 Major League Baseball draft, which makes you something of a thing. Started his career with Baltimore Orioles, and he's currently with the Toronto Blue Jays getting paid big bucks. He's on a 5-year, $110 million contract. Go Kevin. Bree Oakley was named Gatorade's National Player of the Year in cross country back in 2017. Wow, that's awesome. Those are the two notables that pop up on the radar up there. Let's see. I don't know what this means. Interesting facts. Offers a homestay program in China every 4 years. I guess somebody gets to go to China from Grandview every 4 years. That'd be kind of a nice opportunity. Oh, let's see here. That's about it. Boys hockey program. Just like all the other high schools, they've got several players, several high schools working in. The ones that work in on their program: Grandview, Cherokee Trail, Eagle Crest, Overland, Smoky Hill, and Aurora Public Schools. They've got a JV team up there as well. And they're playing down there with some powerhouses are right down the street. Regis Jesuit, Valor Christian, Cherry Creek High School. Those are the big dogs up there. A lot of kids going to those schools. That means that they got a lot of talent to pull from. Very competitive on those schools up there, those three that I just mentioned. And Grandview's right down the road, so they're right in the midst of it all. And no doubt they've played some of those powerhouses this year. We haven't had the pleasure of playing against Valor Christian or Regis Jesuit or the dominant team up there in the north, Poudre Valley. And I think we're better for it. Those are some really good teams this year. And no doubt they're going to fare well in the playoffs. But that's a little bit of information about Grandview High School. I don't know, that's about 40 minutes to get home after the game. Late night game here, 8:30 was the go time, so we're going to get out of here about 10:30 is my estimate. Okay, the Zebras are putting the cages on their moorings, and our boys are going to get the whistle just as soon as that's done. Kind of tradition, they wait for the nets to be put on the spikes before they blow the whistle. So our boys are all in the doorways. No warm up at the start of the second period like you can get in the first. But again, the score is 2-0, Grandview. So our boys are going to have to climb out of this hole that they're in right now. They had Grandview, by my count, they had 3 good shots and 2 of them went in. There was a shot differential that was tipped in the favor of our Ranger team, but none of them went in. I think the most promising one they had was Sabre that went off the crossbar. Okay, here we go. They've been powered onto the ice, and they're gonna get some circles going here and see what we can do about evening up the score here. I would say that the scales are tipped in the favor of our Rangers. We just haven't been able to put it in. Okay, so we're going to change sides. Our boys are going to be going right to left this period. And let's see if we can't show some speed and flavor and finesse. While I was out in the stands, I went to get a drink of water. I think there's a lady over there that's got a camera lens that's 6 feet long. It was weird. I don't know what you need a camera like that for in a venue like this. But anyway, it was one of the biggest lenses I've ever seen. Playing a garden right there. Okay. Here we go. Puck drop. Bounces over to Sabre. Chips it up and in. Went skyward. Grandview's got it. Works it behind the keeper. And pops out of the zone. Bradley's going to drop back and launch that over to Sharon. Powers it over to Sharon. Back to Sharon. He's going to pop a really low, hot shot off. So hot that it goes clear to the other end. That was a good shot. Just couldn't connect with the net. Sharon's got it again. Tries to work it through traffic. Drops back to their number 12. That kid's huge. Sass not able to maintain the zone. Pops in. Sabre's going to go for a blow. Line change. Here comes number 14. He's going to work at speed. Tries to get it past time. Vaughn reaches out and covers up. 50 seconds bled off the clock there. No score. That's what we need. Score would be nice. Score would be nice. Bradley uses the Zebra to get it all the way down. Boom! And he gets worked into the boards. Look out. There's our player of the game right there. No, it's Moore. Sorry. Where is our player of the game? There he is. Over there in the corner. He's looking for a shot. Hunting now. He's going to reach out, grab it. He's going to try to work it back. Nice little sharp angle. And keeper once again reaches up and shuts that one down. Bantal's going to stay out there, standing tall over the circle. He's going to take the face off. Our boy wins the face off, pokes it back to the line, but that's going to leak out of the zone. That one gets chipped in, and Vaughn's going to go ahead and cover that up. Here comes Britton, Clark, Bradley time, and looks like Jones. Come on, boys. Dig deep. We need a score. Let's go. Here we go, Clark. Clark's got it. Just a straight turnover to their number 5. Turns it right back over to our squad. Time uses the power of the oval to get it over to the other side. Centering pass, dangerous. Time says no to that. Shoves it over to the Gulch, who gets into the game. Nothing really been held up by the Gulch, but the evening is young. Trying to work it up over the boards. Britton's giving chase. Couldn't cut it fast. We got a Lady Grandview player, Lady Wolf. All right. Number 5 over there. She's going to go off the ice. Okay, here goes Clark. Going to work it past a few players. He's still got it. Pops it over into the belly button of the keeper. Easy pickup for the keeper. No threat. We need some misdirection here. Here comes the top line. Let's see if what they can do. Sass, Saber, Moore, Black, and Sharon. That goes to Saber, who works it back to Moore. Nice little shot there. Sass tried to work it out of the guy. Saber gets pushed to the ground. That goes back to Moore, who pushes it back in. All the boys had to tag up, and they did, so no offsides. Saber's going to harass. Still give a chase. Nice little movement there by Saber. Still in the zone. Sharon has that. Nice little shot, but it goes right into the belly button of the keeper again. A lot of belly button shots. Need some misdirection here. 2-0 is the score in the second period. And same line stays out there. Saber has it, uses the shield, gets a nice little shot off, but the keeper was able to pick it up in flight and shut it down. Saber's going to chase that over to the boards. And he goes down on his knees for a second. Sharon's got it. Looking for a centering pass. Not able to chip it through. Sharon's got it. Wide stance. Love it when players do that. He is notable for that on the team. Sharon doing the wide stance. There goes the player. They chip it. So no icing. Saber's going to go for a break. Sharon stays at it. There's the wide stance again. Nice little misdirection there, but that goes over and almost takes out a coach. He's like, what are you doing? He's getting coached up over there. I guess the coach didn't like it. Okay, our player spotlight in the spotlight. Bantal's out there. He crouches. Nobody there to face off with, and number 7 decides to join him, so it's a bunch of 7s. That goes to Bradley. Tries to get a shot off, but it gets worked in traffic. Back check. Worked. They're not able to gain the zone. There's that large number 12. Put that kid in a goalie uniform. I tell you, there's nothing but he's like the walrus. The kid's huge. Ref wants to get in the game. Give him a stick. Bantal's going to go over and work it back into the zone. Bounces off the cage, the back of the cage. Bailey's there. Bailey reaches out and grabs it. He's going to go for a centering. Bounces around. He couldn't get it past the keeper. Our number 77 was there waiting to poke it home. couldn't get it done. No real good shots yet in this period. Here we go, Bailey. Playing with it too much, couldn't get a shot off. Still in the zone. Bailey's going to give chase. Grandview shot it on his own keeper. That's going full length for icing. That Grandview player, I think he's had the best shot on the goal for us this whole period so far. 5 minutes in the second period. Our boys are still down 2-0. They're going to have to start showing some spark here. Britton's going to take the face off. That works back to Clark. Nice little shot there. That keeper's having a lights out awesome game. Vaughn's able to kneel down and cover that one. Well, today, January 30th. There's been a lot of January 30th through the course of history. I'm going to give you some things that have happened on this day in history here in a second. But first, we're going to watch Britton get piled into the boards. That should have been a penalty all day. But no, he got tripped up and then he got shoved into the boards head first. That was pretty dangerous in my opinion. Moore gets pushed off of that. And there's a trip and he gets called for that. Britton's attracting some pretty good attention. He's had two guys go to the box. He should have had a third. But he collected that penalty and we're going to get the top line out there for a power play. Who is this brought to you by? Let's see what we got here. Okay, this is brought to you by Sorta Clean Car Wash. We'll blast your car with water and soap, but those bugs on the windshield are permanent residents now. Sort of Clean Car Wash. Still some bugs there. Sorry about that. Okay, the power play is underway at the 11th minute. Nice little shot there. Another one. It's working through and it gets through. It pops by the keeper who was sitting on his butt. They kept after the puck and they were able to muscle it home. It's a nice little misdirection there. Some 3 good shots in a row and the third one was the charm. Outstanding. So our boys put one on the board. Finally. And keeper looks like he might be hurt. He's kind of tumbling around. I don't know what's going on with him. Hope he's okay. May have pulled something. He's trying to gather himself. Wait a minute. Ref's going to come down and he's going to check on him, as he should. Yeah, he had a hard time getting up, and everybody's looking at him. He waved off the zebra. And it looks like he's going to stay out there. Maybe he just got stunned. I don't know. Bradley's going to poke that back into there. And Sebastian Sass is the goal scorer there. And he's going to work it back to Saber, who leaks off of the stick, goes wide, and that goes up into the net. So we're going to get a face-off. Same line. Looks like it's going to stay out there. Grandview player, the keeper, still shaking off what looks like he got stunned on his right leg. Hope he's all right. He's been playing a really good game. Sabres got it. Goes through the center crease, but Sebastian couldn't get number 2 out there. That goes up. Sabre tags up. Sharon's going to go in. He's got it. Looking for a pass through the center. He's works through to Time. Tees it up, chips off of a player, goes right back to Time. One-timer, nice little play there. Chips up to the gargantuan number 12. Nice play by Bailey. Everybody's got to tag up. It kind of leaked out. Saber's going to go up and he's going to challenge that. He stays out there. He was going for a line change, and they finally do get a line change. They've been out there for a while. Sharon's going to stay out there. He was looking for a hit. Scores 2-1. 10 minutes left in the second period. Grandview's had 0 offense in this period, and that's the way it's been pretty much most of the time. They've had 3 good shots and 2 of them have gone in. and I would dare say that those were kind of lucky breaks. So, I don't know, sometimes the puck bounces that way. Vaughn's able to easily shut that thing down. He was ready for that as it was coming through traffic. Grandview's keeper is still showing some frailty down here, and he's going to stay out there. He's got to stay in the game. Might be something to take advantage of. Black pops that through traffic. Here comes our player of the game. Gets a nice shot off, and it goes into the belly button of the keeper. He is showing some. He is in pain. Players are hunched over him. He's not looking too sparky. They got another goaltender over there on the bench. Nice little hot shot there, chipping it through. Jones almost got one. Tee up goes off of one of the Grandview players' legs. Our boys are really showing some spirit here. That goes behind. Clark has got it. He's going to work it back center. Going to get a shot off. Nice shot by Clark! And it goes low and wide and right to the back of the net. That keeper is showing some... He needs to be replaced, I think. But nice little pickup through Clark. Gets it through traffic. And there he goes down the line to get some love. Good stuff. Man, they're going to check on this keeper. He's still down on his knees. I've been watching him, and he's not looking too good. I think we're going to get a keeper change. Yeah, they're going to wave him off. They're going to bring him home. He's not too good. And they're going to bring him off. And here comes keeper number 2, number 31. Hope number 1's okay. Shake it off, son. Okay. New keeper in the goal. I'm sure that got noticed. And Sass is going to lift that up. Wait a minute. He put an elbow into him. He put a shoulder into that player, and the player looked like he took a dive. Sharon, I disagree with that call. The Zebra's hand went up immediately, and I am not buying what the Zebra's selling here. That looked like a fair hit. The Coach Bradley's going to talk to the Zebra here and give him some feedback, as I think he should. That was a legit hit. Yeah, they're going to get a chin wag over there. And they're putting 5 minutes on the board against Sharon, which is abusive. That is just wrong.
5 minutes for boarding.
They called it boarding. I'm saying no to that. Bradley's having a nice discussion, long one, with the Zebras over there. Pleading his case. These usually don't get overturned, but let's see if he finds the right words. No, it looks like it's going to stay on there. But feedback is feedback. And the Zebra with the beard looks back pretty long at... Yes, sir. Yeah, goalie. There's some people right below me that are laughing at the keeper who's rolling around on his face over here. Oh, dangerous play there. They're on the power play for 5 minutes, which is that is belligerent in my opinion. Everybody's laughing at the keeper. He's I don't know. I guess he's warming up. Let's give him that. But yeah, teenagers that are standing here on the glass, they made me laugh about what they were saying. Okay, it's chipping around there. Saber goes to harass that player. That's going to chip up, and that's the first play of the game for the keeper. He's looking for an outlet, gets it barely past Saber. Saber pokes that player in the back. 14-on-14 violence. And That Grandview player is trying to go solo all the way through the entire team. Outlet pass, not successful. Now it's bouncing around in the danger zone, and Vaughn reaches out and puts his glove over it. That leaked 50 seconds off of the penalty. 8 minutes left on the clock in the second period. Again, I'm going to voice disagreement with that call. I was standing right here, saw the whole thing. That was a legit hit, and that other player just couldn't handle the veracity of Sharon. That, in my opinion, at high school level should not be the case. If you're going to get out there and play, you got to be able to stand the hit, whatever it is. Number 14 is going solo here. Nice little block by Time. He's limping around. He got a stinger for sure. He's still limping around. That puck, when it hits you at speed, you know it. You feel it. That goes wide. Easy pickup. That's going to get shoved all the way down. It's going to go on keeper. Pokes it over to the right-hand side. This keeper, I would say, is... I don't want to be mean. I think he'll have some challenge here in a minute once we get full strength. I'll just say it that way. Outlet pass goes by the Grandview player, and our boys are keeping it out of the their defensive zone. So that's good. Stretch pass, again, turnover. Van Tau shoves that down. Here comes number 14 working it back. I would say that number 14 is probably their better player on the team. Stretch pass the other way. Number 16 works it up through the neutral zone. Turnover. And our boys are going to almost get it out of the zone. Bradley's trying to work the circle, and that's successful. Too hard. Van Tau could have chased that one down. But he was called in for a line change. But there was nobody down here on this end of the ice for the Grandview players. So unfortunately, Sabres got it. He gets held up there. No call. He got obstructed, but no call. 2 minutes left on the penalty kill. Off of an incorrect call. Let's just be nice. Bad pass goes up. Sabres kind of floating down here. Let's see what they do about an outlet pass. Waiting for it. It's hanging out behind the keeper here. Now it's going to go up to the blue line. I don't think they've gotten a single shot off on this thing. Sabres going to go for a blow. Britton's giving chase. Nice little speed there. Just wide of his stick, so he couldn't keep it in there. I can't call that a shot. No, sir. And that's going to go out of the zone again. 1 minute left for full strength. Sharon's going to come out of the box with about 3 minutes left. 3 or 4 minutes left. 1 minute left on the penalty here. Still no shots for Grandview on this power play for them. Nice little pickup there. That pops back. It's going to leak another 20, 30 seconds off. It chips up the boards. I think that our players have gotten the better of this team this period. Here comes Britton. Tries to get a shot off, but there were 3 guys on him. So no can do. And with 4 players out there, Bailey does a circle move. Works it back. Now there's our player. He tees up a shot. Goes way high in the air, almost hits the ceiling. Time pops that back into the offensive end, and that's going to finish the penalty. Sharon's in the door. He's about ready to come out. Van Tau's there. Works past him. Back into the zone it goes. Here comes Bailey. He's got it. No, that's Bradley. That's Van Tau. Cross-ice pass. Nice little pass. Bradley gets a shot off. Now we're full strength. Sharon comes blasting out of the zone, out of the box. He wants revenge. Sabre comes over the boards. He's waiting for a stretch pass behind the monumentally big number 12. That goes into the zone. Sharon's got it. Going to work it over to Saber. Goes off of his skate. Back to Saber. He's getting shoved around. Can't get it through traffic. Too many sticks working at it. Saber's looking for an outlet here. Sharon's got it. He's going to go solo. Through traffic, he gets taken out. Easy call. Yeah, easy call. And he collects the penalty there. We're going to go on the power play. Let's see who they shove in the hole there. I think it was their number 12, the Walrus. All right. This power play is brought to you by Peak Equipment Rentals. They're located right off I-25 to the west of I-25, right at the bottom on Monument Hill. They're your rental specialist. Offer superior equipment rentals throughout the Front Range, serving Monument, Colorado Springs, Castle Rock, and Central Colorado. They have heavy equipment, contractor tools, and everything you need. Okay, still bouncing around in the hot zone. Moore keeps it in. Turnover, pops out of the zone.
Penalty to number 12, Kai Pacheco. 2 minutes for holding. Lewis Palmer is on the power play.
They announce it here in the audience. Goes wild, kind of. Moore pops that off of number 14's leg. That must have hurt. Nice little chip wide. Now Moore's got it again. He tries to work it past that player. Goes back to Black, who circles around. Pops it up to Clark, one of our goal scorers tonight. He's going to try to get another one. Nice little low shot, goes wide. But they gain the zone. Bailey gets shoved into the corner. He's been getting some flavoring on that glass tonight. A couple of hot shots that went against him. Black's got it. Nice little circle around. He's trying to escape that player down there at the end. That goes up to Bradley, who's going to shove it right past, right back to Black. He's going to go solo here, working around. Now he's skating behind the net, looking for an outlet. Bradley's got it. He's looking for a shot. Not able to get it past that player that was standing there. Sharon, he's going to work back, and he's going to pick this thing up. Sharon's got a full head of steam, and he's looking for some revenge here. Here he comes at speed. Nice little wide stance. Now he's looking for a pass. He brings it behind the keeper. They've been doing a good job keeping him channeled to go behind the keeper tonight. 1 minute left on the clock in the second period. Sabres got it. Pops it back to Bradley. Nice little shot. That keeper was able to pick it up in traffic. That's the best contested shot there. Looks like a couple of players are going to go into the box. Number 40 and number 14. Looks like they were kicking and griping and punching there for a second. So we're going to get a change out here for the last minute. 3 seconds left on the clock for this penalty kill, and then we're going to be on 5-on-5 hockey. Those two players that went into the box are just going to sit in there for a couple of minutes to cool off. Score is 2-1. We got 1 minute left of the second period. Here comes Moore hunting for a shot. Nice little outlet pass. Bailey gets a hot shot off. Excellent shot. Just goes just wide. We need more of that, please. Nice little through shot there to Bantal. That was an excellent pass from Bailey to Bantal that broke a shot off. Now they're starting to test this new keeper. More of that, please. 2-2 is the score. Excuse me, I said it was 2-1 a second ago. 2-2 is the score. Now it's bouncing around at everybody's feet. Bailey tries to shove that player against the board. Bailey gets it, and he goes over to the keeper through the crease. Nobody there to tap it home. We need to be crashing the crease on this keeper. Big time. 18 seconds left. Keep it out of the zone, boys. We do so. That chips all the way down for a whistle. Easy call. Got 8 seconds here. 8 seconds left on the clock. Second period. Funny, this has been a lopsided game, but the score doesn't reflect it at all. Ho! Right at the buzzer, the Grandview player fanned on that shot in a pretty dangerous spot right there at the top of the blue paint. He wasn't able to paddle it home. Okay, score is 2-2 after 2. Our boys are going to have to show some brilliance to bring it over the finish line on the third. I'm going to try to eyeball the number 1 keeper over there, see how he skates off. I don't even see him yet. Wonder if he went to the locker room. He may have worked off into the locker room already, so I don't see him at all. So he may have crept down the sidelines over there during the waning moments of the second period, because he is not there. The Walrus is getting a talking to from the coach down there. Big kid, man. Okay, our boys have gone to the locker room, and we're gonna take a break here, and we will be back at you in just a little bit. Thanks again for joining us, and I see that somebody's on from Nashville, Tennessee. That's my hometown. So whoever you are, Nashville, thanks for joining us tonight. It's great to have you. And say hello to all my friends and peeps over there in Nashville. It's grown like Denver has over the last 15 years or so. So go Nashville. Okay, thanks everybody, and we'll be back just a little bit after the ice Zamboni does its thing. All right, welcome back, folks. Zamboni's almost done, and they're playing some Copperhead Road in here. That's a granddaddy old favorite of mine, Copperhead Road. Great song. Okay. No sign of the zebras, but I see our boys gathering on the locker room door, cutting it up over there. Two to two is the score as we're going to start the second period. And let's give you a little history. What happened this day in history? 1607, an estimated 200 square miles along the coast of the Bristol Channel and Severn Estuary in England were destroyed by massive flooding. 2,000 people went over the Golden Bridge there. Wow. 1607, watch out for the floods. Let's see here. Oh, here we go. Andrew Jackson became the first American president to experience an assassination attempt. That guy, I called him Old Hickory, and for good reason. You just couldn't kill that guy. He was, I mean, you could saw that guy in half and he would still ride 2,000 miles the next day. It's just nothing that would stop that guy. He led the assault in New Orleans, fending off the English. I mean, if you want to read a good story, that is one right there. I just don't, make sure you don't have anything on your calendar for the next couple of days. I forget the name of the book, but it was about Andrew Jackson and New Orleans, the Battle of New Orleans. And I tell you, he was something else. I tell you, there's just no stopping that guy. 1847, Yerba Buena was renamed to San Francisco. I wonder what brought that out. I didn't even know that until just now. 1933, President Paul von Hindenburg named Adolf Hitler Chancellor of Germany. I'm just going to go on the record and say bad call, real bad call. Okay, here we go. 1933 as well, the Lone Ranger. That's what the year he had his debut. He came out on a radio station. You couldn't even see him ride his horse. Bummer. 1945, a German ocean liner, the Gustloff, was sunk by a Soviet submarine, resulting in the deaths of about 9,000 people. It was one of the history's deadliest maritime disasters. I believe it. 9,000 people. 1948, Orville Wright, who with his brother Wilbert flew the first manned heavier-than-air flying machine. 1948. That doesn't seem right. Okay. Now we're coming more current. Here we go. Some rock band Kiss history. They gave their first public performance in 1973 at New York's Coventry Club in Queens. Man, they had a long run. They started back then. Whew, they went forever. Good stuff. One of those guys just went over the Golden Bridge. Microsoft released their Windows Vista to the general public in 2007. That didn't go over very well. They were pretty excited about it, spent a whole lot of money, but it didn't take. Gene Hackman, God rest his soul, he was born in 1930, back on January 30th. We're going to miss him, he was great. Christian Bale, he was born in 1974, he's had a pretty good run. Okay, that is enough history. See what we can do here. Sass is going to shove that to the right side of the keeper just barely. Sabre's giving chase, works back to Time, shoves it back over to the Monument Gulch to get into the game. Sharon's got it, still looking for revenge. Works back to Bradley. Chips through traffic, couldn't get it through there. Always a good idea to put it on net. There's Bradley, he's going to go behind the keeper. Now he's going to pad it up to Sabre. Outlet pass, turnover. Sabre's going to go for a change. He slaps the sideboard for good reason. That was an easy turnover. There's Bantal. He's going to poke it up to Sharon. He's going on a solo effort. Turnaround, tries to get a shot off, couldn't. Now it's getting paddled around over there. Nobody able to poke it home. Almost want to stay away from that keeper. You don't want to crash the crease too much. If you get too close to him, he's just going to reach out and shut it down. Now it's bouncing around right in front of him. No sign of that other keeper that went off. I hope that kid's okay. Looks like he pulled a muscle. The hands up, easy guys. Oh, there's the whistle. We got 15 minutes, 40 seconds left to put another one on the board here. See if that one goes in. Nope. Britton's going to take this face off. He's ready for it. Works that back to Jones. Nice shot, but the keeper put a pad on it. There's the Monument Gulch getting into the game. Way to go, Gulch. There's a pool of water over there that you poke the puck down and it just stops. Just gets solidified like it's like concrete. All right, that rolls up into the netting. Grandview in period number 2 had a grand total of 0 offense. So hopefully we have that same kind of music coming out of the trombone in this period. I think we should be abusing this keeper. This keeper is not what the #1 keeper was, for sure. I can already tell. They just need to put some shots on that kid. Our guy blew a tire over there. That's going to go back to Black, who backpedals and pops it over to Moore. Moore's going to go rolling into the zone. Nutmegs at number 22. Goes down and he's trying to get it off of the boards. Britton's looking for an outlet pass. He fans on that one. Back to Saber, he's going to work a shot. Good idea. He's looking for an escape. He's going to go center. Saber, nice shot. Just way wide. But good idea nonetheless. He was just a little late to the draw. Black. Clark's got it. That player goes down for the count. Saber's looking for a breakout. Nobody's up there to help him. He pokes it back to Sass. Sharon comes off over the boards. Nice little pass. That nice little pass there from the Monument Gulch. That was a weird bounce off of the corner there. Here comes Grandview. He's going to break it out from the defensive end. Sharon's going to cut across, and Sass picks that one up. Nice. He's trying to bat it out of the sky. Saber's harassing down the center, hoping that kid would pass to him. Almost did. Time rolls that up to Sass. Sass gets it over to Saber. Oh, Saber got cut off. That pass from Sass was just a little too slow. Sass is going to go for a blow, so is Saber. Sharon's out there still, going on a solo effort. He's still looking for revenge. He gets held up, no call. Bouncing around over there. Centering pass goes up into the net. Comes Bailey. Okay, hockey elsewhere. I tell you, there's some chinks showing in the Avalanche armor. They've dropped a few games into some not so great teams. They bumped off Ottawa a few weeks ago, 9-2 here at home, but they lost to Ottawa the other day, 5-2. So I gotta say, I don't know what's going on with the team. Maybe they're trying some new formulas before the playoffs, something. But they've dropped a few games which have been surprising. Didn't think that it would go that way. Still no offensive threat from Grandview, which is fine by me. And I'm sure for our boys, they haven't come close to Vaughn. I think Vaughn could set up a hammock in the goal there, pick a snoozer. He just had no work at all. Okay, here comes the puck around the oval. Black pops it over the time, back to Black. Turnover there in the corner. That kid plays with his food. Nice little centering pass, but gets shut down by Vaughn. That's the only work he's had to do this period. Centering pass goes through traffic. Clark just pops that up on the net, on the glass. It goes all the way down. We're going to get an icing. Moore comes over the boards. Britton. We got Jones out there and Clark. Black stays out too. 2-2 is the score. 12 minutes left in the game. Well, my preference would not be overtime, but it will go to overtime if we go that far and with no more scoring. There's a secondary keeper down there. They haven't really tested him yet. So let's see what we can do here. Here comes Clark trying to work it through four guys. Never works. Black pops that to the middle, but it careens off one of the players to the corner. Clark Barr looking for an outlet. Hadn't found it yet, and he gets shoved to the boards. Now the Monument Gulch is getting into it. That goes cross ice to Black. Barely keeps it in. Nice little shot there. Bouncing around. The kid, he wore it a little bit. Shove across and goes wide. We're getting some shots here. Paddled back to Black. He tees it up. Goes through traffic. What the Grandview players are doing is they're just gathering all of the bodies that they can into the crease. And these shots from the blue line are not going to get through all that madness. It's just too much meat out there. The boys are going to have to get some misdirection. There goes Sass. Gets a shot off. That keeper is able to glove it. Saber, Sass, Sharon, and Time and Bradley are the lineup right now. And 11 minutes left to put this one home. Let's see what we can do on this line. Sharon's got it. He goes for a hot shot. Goes right off a player's leg. He's going to feel that tomorrow. Breakout going the other way. Stick lifting. Shut it down. Good play coming back. That player wasn't able to get a shot off. Stick lift is always a good idea, as long as you don't catch their wrists. Number 21 sporting a pretty good flow there. Sass goes up over the boards. We get a line change. Full. Oh, look out. Vaughn actually had to do some work there. That's going to try to get through there, but Gallagher works that ahead. There's our boy Bantow. He works it through traffic. That goes back to Bradley. He just goes ahead and throws it in the corner. 10 minutes on the clock. Who is going to be the hero of the game? Bantow almost got a good shot off, but it chipped wide. He just couldn't put enough stick on it. The wraparound was unsuccessful, but a great idea. Brad Bailey tried to shove that home through the 5-hole. Couldn't do it. Hand is down. Who wants to win? A couple of players come together right below me here. Muscle wins. Okay, over to Bailey it goes. He works it through the center there and goes over the blue line, far side. Here comes Britton showing some speed off of the bench. Giving chase. Good idea. Now he's going to try to chase it down on a one-on-one. Couldn't get there. Just out of his reach. Because number 14, not going to get a shot off. It went off the back of the net. He went just a little bit too far. There's Britton. He's going to go one-on-one here. Looking for a centering pass. Goes off the skate. Nice little spin move there by Clark. He's going to pop a shot. Still bouncing around. Can't push it home. Grandview keeper was genuflecting, and they had a big pad out there to stop the forward advance of that shot. Here comes Sharon Saber Sass. Replace the front line. The defensive end stays the same. Moore and Black. Sass battling for it. Works back to Black. Goes over to Saber. That goes down the boards. Keeps it in. Saber puts a stick on it. Slaps it to Sass. Gets a shot off. Goes way up in the net. Off of a redirect. see who's able to muscle this home. I think we've got the advantage keeper-wise. Just need to take advantage of it. Sabres got it. Goes for a centering pass. Goes back to Black. Shovels it ahead. Oh, just wide. Sharon works it back over to Black. It leaks over his stick and out of the zone. Back to Sharon. He's showing that threat of speed. Going solo here. Trying to get through traffic. Gets stick lifted. Goes just wide. Sabres able to recollect it. Pops it through traffic. Grandview player was just fanning on it 3, 4, 5 times. Sabres got it. Give it chase. Goes back to Moore. Goes in on a solo effort. Still got it. Chipping around. Sabre goes back there to harass that player behind the keeper. Still bouncing around. Van Taus shoves it ahead. Sabre's going to come back for a change-up. Out comes Gallagher. That hit the sideboard there. Looks like they were offsides. 2-2 is still the score with 7 minutes left. I'm going to have to go out there and give some smelling salts to Vaughn. He's, I'm sure, falling asleep over here. There's nothing for him. Okay, here we go. Bailey's giving chase over there in the corner. Tell you, man, we just can't get it past all, the 16 players they got there in the crease. It's just too much meat. That's what they're doing. They're crowding that whole zone right there in front of the keeper. And it's working. Good strategy. The boys are swatting it around. Outlet pass, turnover. Back it comes. Boys just need to look up and see who they're going to pass before they flick it off with their stick. Solo efforts from Sharon to get it out of the zone have been working tonight. So maybe some more of that to kind of get it down ice. Britton, he still got it. Looking for an outlet pass. He goes all the way through the crease, then he gets tripped up. The hand is up, and we're going to go on the power play. Yep. Britton, I tell you, man, he's been brilliant about attracting the penalty tonight. Good stuff, Britton. He's getting some fist bumps. The door is open. He's gathered 3 penalties tonight that should have been 4. Give that kid the puck. Let's go on the power play. And he's going to get to stay out there, it looks like. Nice. Britton, Sharon, Sabre, Sass, and Bradley. Sabre gets a defensive stance going here. He's on the blue line. Britton's down there to get the face off. And the Grandview player is going to get tossed. Yeah. Round 2 goes back to Sharon. Works it around the boards.
2 minutes for interference, number 28.
Looking for an outlet pass to Sharon. Look out, hot shot, goes way wide. Over to Sabre, who puts it on net. Always a good idea. Sharon, nice little pickup there, and he puts it into the belly button of the keeper. And he scores on himself, but it was after the whistle. Same lineup here. See if they can't get the chemistry right to get it in the back of the net. Sabre's on a defensive stance. That goes to the Grandview player. Sabre keeps it in the zone. Work it back. Still in the zone, but then it chips out. It's going to come all the way down. Sharon's going to come back and pick it up. He's going to gain steam and work it back through the center. Nice move there. He shakes not 1 but 2 players. Turnover. Britton's there to shove it down the boards. Still has it. Let's see if he can collect another penalty. Just give it to Britton. Over to Bradley. Nice little shot there, but the keeper was able to come over and cover. Same lineup. I haven't changed it yet. Another minute on this power play. A couple of shots, though. That's what we need. There it goes over to Sharon. It's going to get out of the zone just barely. Sabres got it. Works it up the line to Bradley. Bradley's going to try to get it over to Sabre. Not able to do so. Now it's a dump and chase action. Sass is out there. Bradley's going to go for a blow. And round it comes. Sabre's got it. He's going to work it off of that player's stick. Nice little pass there over to Black. Sabre's going to come for a line change. Out comes Moore. Sharon's got it. One of his famous hot shots, and it goes right into the belly button again. Had a lot of belly button shots. If those were counted as scores, it'd be 20-0. 4 minutes left on the clock in the period. 2-2 is a score, and we're on the power play for another 30 seconds. Come on, Rangers. We need a score here. Tons of shots. I mean, the shot differential must be in the millions by now. There's our spotlight player of the game. Pops it over to Moore. And that gets passed right out of the zone. Black's got it. He's going to work it behind the keeper. Building a head of steam. He's going to go solo and do a dump and chase into the zone. We're 5-on-5 hockey for the last 4 minutes of the game. Got it right there in the center. Bouncing around. Couldn't get a shot off. Frustrating. Oh, man. Ref decides to get in the game. Nice. Goes our way. We'll take it. Moore's bouncing around. Trying to muscle it ahead. That goes right on keeper. I guess that's a save. Whatever. Sass pops it through the center. Leaks through, but they're able to keep it in the zone. Shoves it over for the Monument Gulch. Sass is there. Sabre comes off the boards. He's going to give chase. Let's see who can be the hero tonight. Time fans on that one. 2 players are there for Grandview. Dangerous little spot there. That goes off the... That was just reaching for it. He just couldn't get it. That chips up to the blue line. Shot. Dangerous. Sabres looking for an outlet. Sharon was breaking down the right-hand side. They're still there. It's poking around. Man, it's just a game of inches, I tell you. Easy pickup for Vaughn and shoves it up into the net. We're just like a breath away from getting the breakout. But Grandview's been very good about keeping the play in front of them tonight. You got to salute them for that. And they've been crowding the crease. None of the shots from the blue line have gone anywhere close to going in. It goes into the, just bounces around like a pinball. Here we go. Jones is giving chase. We got 2 minutes left on the clock here. Here we go with Moore. Pops it off the boards. And they wave off the icing because somebody touched it. Big scrum over there. They got 5 players in that pile up. Britain emerges victorious. Shot high. Keeper is able to glove save that one. Just give it to Britain. He'll attract another penalty. Okay, I had to yawn in your ear. Past my bedtime. Moore's got it. Pops it over to Black. It bleeds off of his stick. So he pokes it behind the keeper there. Around it goes. Bailey's fighting for it. Could win that argument. So out the zone it goes. Black is going to work it down and he's going to try to find an outlet. That gets shot right on the keeper. Moore's got it. Gets a nice outlet to Gallagher. He's going to go down the line. He's going to try to work through the center, get a shot off, goes off the bar. No real threat there. It was a bad angle. Oh! Van Tal blew a tire. Up into the bench. We got 1 minute and 13 seconds to make miracles happen here. That would be nice. Hand is up, hand is down. We got a Saber time. Sharon and Sass out there. Saber's got it. Shoves it all the way over to Sharon. He's going to go for it. He's going to work it down. Shot way high. Good idea, though. Here comes Grandview the other way. He's trying to work it through traffic. He throws himself. He runs head first into the boards. Ouch. Sharon gets headstand. Nobody's able to get it through the traffic. Sharon gets tripped. The hand is not up. Nope, no call. That's strange. That was definitely a trip. Here comes a shot, and that goes right to the back of the net for a score. That is the only offensive action they've had the entire game, and it comes with 30 seconds left in the game. Oh, that's painful. No doubt the keeper's going to get pulled. They're going to take a timeout here. And I got 31 seconds to get this thing fixed. Lucky break. Really lucky break for Grandview. That's the only shot they've had in 2 periods. Oh, it's aggravating.
Grandview goal, scored by number 14, Elliott.
But a goal nonetheless. And it was, I don't know, it was a nice shot. He went high side and it went in. Coaches are talking it up over there. And I'm sure Vaughn is going to stay there on the bench. Drawing up a play, and let's see if we can't even the score here. Giving you a moment of silence. You've been listening to me for 2 hours. I got to give your ears a break. Oh, smoke them if you got them. Buzzer is there. Timeout is over. And we got 31 seconds to make it happen. Vaughn is actually coming back out. I'm surprised. Maybe he'll press back up. Who knows? He's looking over at the bench. He's going to work back to Vaughn. Leaves it to Bradley. The seconds are leaking off the clock. We got 25 seconds left. Do it. And that's a turnover right there in a very bad spot. Vaughn fends that off. Good call on the coach to keep him in there. Amen. Now we got 12 seconds left. That's going over to Britton. And this is going to end at a 3-2 result. Our boys drop a tough one. That should have gone our way for sure. The shot differential was in the millions. And that is not the result we were looking for this evening. Friday night lights go dark in over Monument, Colorado, USA. There's a lineup. The Grandview came down and they stood hardy. Got to hand it to them. When it was their time to score, they put it home, and that's what you got to do in these kind of games. Our boys are going to have some things to talk about and work on, for sure. But well, there you go. We got another game tomorrow night. I don't know what time, but we're going to be at the World Arena. The internet there is, third world level. Right out of Africa. It's terrible. So hopefully we were able to keep things going tomorrow. We will see. But But thanks for joining us tonight from wherever you are, especially you Nashvillians. Really appreciate having you here, and big shout out from your Ranger Network right here in Monument, Colorado. Thanks again, and we'll see you in about 24 hours. All right.